Good afternoon, people of Zion. It is 12:50 on Sunday afternoon, and I don't know about you, but I'm still thinking about the sermon a little bit. And there's a couple things I wanted to share while I got the chance here via the internet. And so, first, on a random kind of more just for fun note, the kilt that I wore in the Braveheart video was actually a fitted sheet and was really kind of uncomfortable to wear. And it probably looked like a fitted sheet wrapped around my waist. But anyway, there were two more serious points that I really wanted to bring up and to share with you that I think were kind of got missed in the actual sermon. One is, as I was preparing this sermon on nonviolent resistance and Jesus' message to turn the other cheek, I was thinking about members of the congregation who are active military or who serve in law enforcement. And I thought, gosh, how is this going to sound to them? And I don't know that I fully communicated the fact that I think the service they provide is really important and valuable. The fact of the matter is we live in a world that is broken and still contains sin. And so while that's the case, we're going to need people to stand up and meet some power with power. And I guess specifically thinking about use of weapons and not always being able to turn the other cheek. And so while I think Jesus' message does have a lot to say to how the fact that nonviolent resistance can have a lot of power, as long as we live in this broken world, I think the role of our civil servants, specifically military and law enforcement, is still really important. And so that's one kind of note that I thought of. And the other thing was, as I was thinking about nonviolent resistors, Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. came to my mind right away, and then I thought a little more about others, and specifically I thought, gosh, these two guys died just very recently, Nelson Mandela and Pete Seeger. And so there are the four who I mentioned, but in kind of reflecting a little bit, it was all men that I mentioned. And the truth is there have been some great female leaders throughout history who have done great things for justice and working for justice through nonviolent means. And so specifically great examples who I think I should have probably mentioned were Lima Bowie, who is active in helping gain independence in Liberia. And she's a Lutheran, for crying out loud. Of course I should have mentioned her. And also even in the United States, Susan B. Anthony and many other women who worked for women's suffrage, as well as who were active in the civil rights movement in the 50s and 60s. There were plenty of women I could have mentioned too. And so I didn't do it the first time around, but I'm doing it now. And I really do think that this message of peace and justice and the role that we can play in that is an important message. So thank you for taking time to listen to these final afterthoughts on the sermon. And I hope you have a blessed week and are having a restful Sunday afternoon. Bye-bye.